Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all? Tonight I'm here to discuss another important topic, and on the news we have the most important today, which is talking about the Lagos State politics. We have in the political terrain, we have Lagos State PDP has presented finally their own candidates to slug it out with APC in 2019 governorship election. And those of you who have been following Lagos State elections since the past, how many, four years election so far, this time again, just like 2015, PDP is again putting forward Jimi Agbaje. What do you feel about this? Jimi and Sanwo-Olu, just like they brought a new person to defeat Jimi Agbaje in 2015. Ambode defeated Jimi Agbaje in 2015, but it was a very close run. In fact, some people in some quarters already said that it is not possible that Jimi actually won that election, but APC rigged it. Well, this time Jimi is coming out again on the platform of PDP. What do you think? Jimi versus another new person from APC. Who would you support if elections were tomorrow? And this is between Jimi Agbaje and Sanwo-Olu. Who are you going to vote? Who will you support? I am not here to talk about new parties here. I'm saying if elections were tomorrow and it is between a Jimi Agbaje and a Sanwo-Olu, who will you support? Well, while I'm waiting for your reactions to that, I want to quickly talk about another thing that happened today. Meanwhile, we should also not forget that today some PDP, well, this is about the news about Jimi Agbaje today, but that's not where we're going now. Where we're going is the next one. PDP is also throwing up at the national level, meanwhile, while Jimi Agbaje is at the state level already in Lagos State. At the national level, PDP presidential primary, Atiku, Saraki, Tambuwal Kwankwaso in neck-to-neck jostle for delegates. All of them, these people are fighting. But whatever reason these, media outlets or papers or online tabloids or websites are talking about all of the aspirants is funny, because I'm also aware that even the past Senate presidents in person of David Mark is also jostling for the same ticket. And so Saraki, Tambuwal Kwankwaso are not the only people, and Atiku are not the only people who are jostling for PDP presidential tickets. David Mark is also one of those jostling for this ticket. So websites, newspapers, tablets, please update. Always make sure that you give us full details. All right. So I do not see any reason why you should disenfranchise other people who are in the same party to just live for the same thing. Alright, so away from that, something also happened today that is worthy of discussion, and that is about, if you're aware, as a result of the last election which held in Osun State that became so controversial that PDP actually won. Okay, dancing Senator Adeleke actually won that election, but then they had to take advantage of, let us look for the loophole in law and work something out. So they worked something out and came up with the idea that how about we just go and make sure that we militarize the whole election and make sure that the remaining number of votes, we get them. And then we push this dancing senator. Let's not reduce governance to dancing or disco house. But whatever is wrong with people making their choice of a dancer, I don't know. And so PDP members decided to go all out today to go and protest on behalf of their member who won in Osun but was denied in a supplementary election. So what happened therefore was that Saraki, Dogara, some PDP bigwigs decided to go and protest at INEC today to show their indignation and their disapproval of what INEC did to them in Osun poll. And then what happened was that, after leaving INEC office, they proceeded to the first headquarters, but they were tear gas. They were mishandled or manhandled, and then it resulted in crisis. Well, in this photo you would see there that Senator Dino Melaye was being provocative, or was also, reacting with some police officers who were trying to calm him down. Behind Senator Ben Bruce there, behind Senator Dino Melaye is Senator Ben Bruce, who I learned is now being denied of an automatic ticket to return, and so that is news on one side. Senator Ben Bruce may not be returning to the Senate because I learned that he wasn't given the ticket at his own senatorial district to return to the Senate. Well, but according to what is happening today, from that piece of news you've seen on display, Senator Dino Melaye and other senators decided to go and protest at the headquarters, and then it turned out that they were prevented, and it resulted in some kind of crisis there. Well, so far the news emerging from, as we speak right now, the update from that is that police has declared that all these persons that they can identify, Senate President Saraki, Senator Dino Melaye, Senator Ben Bruce, and others that they could identify who were covered in that protest, must therefore report on Monday to come and face interrogation for why would you come and destroy our equipment, fight our police officers, this and that, at the first headquarters when you were not provoked to do so. So this is going to result in another transmission drama as we expecting. Okay, but away from that, let us go back to the main news of the day. If elections were to be between Jimi Agbaje and Sanwo-Olu, and the elections were tomorrow, who would you support? Who would you support? Well, let us therefore start discussing this topic. And ladies and gentlemen, those of you that are online, this is not going to be a long broadcast tonight. It's going to be very short. What are your reactions? All right. Ima Agbo say it will be Agbaje. Becky Ganiyu say Jimi Agbaje. We shocked say Jimi Agbaje is better. Oguntoyin Edward say out of both I go for Jimi. Oladimeji Friday say we have a governor in Lagos State now, AAC. Who is running on AAC platform? I think I'm already behind. I don't know who is running on AAC for Lagos State. Yeah, maybe when I know about the AAC candidates, who will talk about that. But if elections were tomorrow, it is between Agbaje and Sanwo-Olu of APC. All right. So when I update my records on who are those running on other platforms, we are going to update it. But as far as news available to us is concerned now, it is between Agbaje and Sanwo-Olu if elections would be tomorrow morning. That's what I'm working with. All right. Okay. Njasi says, Bosun says, Shegun, how are you? I'm just listening today because I'm cleaning my house. Good job, my brother, and God bless. Okay, that means you're not going to be paying full attention to the audio visual. It's just the audio. At least you can hear us. Can I join you doing the house cleaning? Thank you so much, everybody. Christians say hypocrisy. Those senators are trying to buy public sympathy. Well, the reality is that everyone is doing what they can to win public sympathy, as far as we all can say. Let me bring down this background audio a bit. Alright, I think we should be good with this one now. Alright, Adewale Olola say, Agbaje, I don't care. Martin say, like your question between the both of them, I will definitely go for Agbaje. Well, what I learned is that even the last time Agbaje won, but that they had to play a game to force APC to win that election. the salvation in this country is not going to be as cheap, man. Because even when you are winning, they are doing something to steal that mandate. Look at what happened in Osun. It's not going to be easy, man. 2019 will be so crazy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to also react quickly to the story about senators going to protest. Well, it's not only the senators that I really want to admonish now. I want to talk to musicians too. This happened to Davido how many days ago? Davido used to sing about music and love and money in his music, but then when he came in contact with the real life situation, that he understood why people had been going out on protests. He understood why people have been fighting so hard, tooth and nail. It's not everything that you can do with money. Even when you have, don't also forget that more than of the population in Nigeria do not have money, but they deserve or they desire good living. All right. So Davido, even despite all the money he has access to and the wealth, he came in contact with reality. That this is what people are actually fighting. This is what they call fighting for justice. And then he was so embittered, like, how can a country be like this? Somebody won election, you're robbing them. Davido, that is an example of what Nigerians face and why they are fighting tooth and nail every time. So, next time you're going into the studio, do not make it about love and money. We know you have experienced a lot of that already. Make it about justice, alright? Now you understand why Fela was singing justice songs. Okay? Now, away from Davido, Mr. Senators, Mr. and Mrs. Senators, House of Rep members, other honorable politicians, distinguished or whatever you're called. Now you see why Nigerians are always protesting. So each time you see Nigerians protest and you ignore them, now have a taste of it. Alright? Have a taste of it. And let us all work for a better Nigeria. Now you see this happening to you now. So if police could handle you the way they are doing to you, what do you think average Nigerians who do not even have bodyguards, who do not have money, who do not have, recognition, fame, popularity that all of you enjoy, and are still facing this kind of abuse by police officers at the headquarters? Now imagine what ordinary Nigerians are going through. So when we are all shouting on social media and on the street that make good laws, live your life, live your public service life to serve people, you now see what we're talking about, all right? So until it is your own turn to be fed with what people are tasting on a daily basis, you don't understand what people are going through. And that is the painful aspect of it. So Mr. and Mrs. Senators, House of Rep members, distinguished honorables, whatever you're called, now understand it. So would you rather work for the people so that the country can be better? Or would you want to continue the way you're doing? Is it until you face the same situation that Nigerians are facing, or average Nigerians are facing, that you superlative Nigerians will not have to understand and work? So whatever you plant is what you would reap. Look at what happened to our senators today. And by the way, we know that these senators also understand what average Nigerians face every day. It's just that they just refuse to do what is right. Maybe all of you now want to go and climb the tree once again and wait on the tree until 2000 elections would be over. Well, that's just a joke. Please, alright? Let us start working for the country to be better. I don't care what party you belong to, whether APC, PDP, ANN, YPP, AAC, ENRP, whatever party you belong to, anytime you find yourself in position of authority, know that it's just 4 years, you'll be out of it. Especially if your Tinubu says over. Even before 4 years, you have no option. Alright, so while you're there, work to make sure that life is better for everyone, because you are also going to return to join these average citizens one day or someday. So please. Now, let me also ask you a question. Those of you that are already choosing between Agbaje and those of you choosing between, somebody says without rigging Agbaje will win. Yeah, let's see. Are you coming to convention, you mean, not confession, tomorrow, October 6th? Well, I don't know yet. I have not decided, because as I speak with you right now, I'm not even in Lagos tomorrow. I'm not in Lagos tomorrow, but I'm still looking at how I can work my schedule to see if I can make it down to that convention. I want to just do some random things there. I'm not sure yet, but who knows? All right. No, away from Agbaje and Sanwo-Olu, if you were to be in PDP and you are one of the delegates and you have power to influence other delegates, who would you choose? Would it be Saraki? Would it be Atiku? Would it be Tambuwal? Would it be David Mark? Or would it be Kwankwaso? Who would it be? And I also learned that Wike is trying to be deputy to one of the candidates he is supporting. What do you think? If it would be between APC and PDP, as it's more likely to be again in 2019, who would you want to remove? Who would you want to be the candidate that would, that would send Buhari back to Daura and be in Asoro? Or would you still want Buhari? Would you still prefer Buhari to all of these characters in PDP? If you would not prefer Buhari to all of these characters in PDP, who would you want in PDP? Well, I may not be here to wait all through for everybody to respond to all of these questions, but whatever your response is, keep them coming in the comments section. I'm going to read all of them, and then we can use it to weigh options and tell us a reason so that all of us can learn from what you think or feel. Alright, some other comments before I close tonight. Shegun, now that the politicians are facing mistreatment from police, I pray that Nigeria will start to see the way forward. It is a prayer I say amen to. I also say amen, because if they are not made to see or feel or sense or taste the same plate Nigerians are served, their daily experiences, they will not understand why Nigerians are yearning for those legislations they are asked to work on. So at least now Saraki didn't come down from his car, from what I learned of that protest today. It was his, some people call him bodyguard or thug, Senate thug. You know them, that we're doing all of the gra. Well, I wait for Monday to see whether they respond or turn themselves in for that interrogation on Monday, or whether they will still be using their Senate to also summon the transmission IGP. Well, whatever the case, I'm just doing my thing here. If it was PDP, Buka Obiora is now reacting. He said, if it was PDP, I would re-invite Donald Duke to represent. Wow. Tony Fred said, Bro Shegun, God will keep you for your mama. Davido should just step now for revolution through music industry. Shure is out there as well. None of this stupid old can give any positive. Thanks. You're welcome, Tony. That's your opinion. Everybody has their opinion, but I want us to keep our messages or opinions or comments as clean as non-abusive, please. I will appreciate it. Oluseyi Ogunshola said, for me, I don't like PDP and I hate APC, but the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I wish PDP best of luck. If you are laughing the way I'm laughing, you understand why we are laughing together. Nigeria. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I might have to just close it as tonight. I'm going to see you people tomorrow when we bring yet another topic. Keep your comments coming in the comment box, and those of you that are asking to support this show, because we started some projects already, the account number to support is in that video description box. And if you're joining us for the first time, don't forget to click subscribe button and also click the bell button so that you can get credit alert. That's what I call notification anytime we come online, so that you can be part of the live show. Until I see you again, please don't stop talking about things that matter. And I want to read this one that just came in before I close. Bamjoshi, hi Shegun, can I ask you what is your take on why Ambody lost? Ambody lost because, should I say this? Yeah, Ambody lost because he was no longer doing the bidding of the people that made him. I mean, by 2014, we didn't know who Ambody was, by the way. It was in 2015 they went to bring him and say, this is the person that will rule all of you. Alright, so he then became governor and started enjoying himself, and then he lost track of what he was supposed to be remitting, and he was doing his own thing, changing all the things that the Godfather had constituted, and the Godfather wanted, he felt by default he would have right to a second chance, to a second time, whatever the case. But then they showed him that, come, this is not general election, this is party election, and we can, if we don't present you to the general will not vote you. So they had to use what they could to nip his second disaster in the bud. His first tenure was a disaster to them, so they nipped the second disaster in the bud because it was a disaster as far as it wasn't working for the Godfather. Sorry Nigerians, they didn't bring him to come and work for you. They brought him out to come and do 20% you masses and 80% them, the few, were making money of the state. Well, it then turned out that he wasn't doing what they wanted enough, so they had to change him. All right. On to the next. Shegun Ajibola say, APC and PDP are bad markets for the growth of our beloved country. Still news, actually, we already know that, but what would you do? That's what we should be talking about right now. It's no longer about whether APC or PDP are already bad or festering, but the question is, what do you think is the solution? Do you have a solution already on the hand? Olise Buka say, I beg you, enemy's enemy. Rest assured that APC and PDP are basically the same. Of course, we know that for sure. So that is what will continue to rule this country and Lagos and other states for the next. Well, maybe if a Jimi Agbaje comes in, he will not be among the. I don't know. I'm not rooting for anybody. I'm just saying, if we look at things the way they are, it may not be the same actually. In entirety, it may not be the same, but somehow they are still the same. Mr. Shagel, that's Ayo Flexi. Good to see you here today. The truth of the matter is that senators are doing the wrong thing. Osun election is already in the tribunal, so I see no reason for the protest. Well, part of the reason that protest was, for me, I'm not saying it has to be, I'm not defending anybody here, but sometimes part of the reasons why protests are essential is that while you are tackling something legally, you also want to tackle it politically, so that it doesn't look like you have put all your eggs in one basket only waiting for court. No, you also have to push out your strength so that media can pick what they cannot pick in the courts, so that you can have some dramas of demonstrations in the open, also letting them know that you have crowd who are also angry about the situation, and then the court can also pick or sense it that this is a public matter, public interest matter. We cannot just sit down and decide without taking in what the public is feeling about the matter. So sometimes you don't just leave any matter that you leave for court alone will end there. You have to use three important things anytime you are fighting a cause. Number one, if you are using the legal window, which is the court, you must use the other two that are important. Second one is the media. You have to use media, it's very important. Number three is getting people to interact with the matter, like protest rally, for instance. So you don't leave it to court. Court will just, especially in this age where there's recession and judges are looking for the highest bidder to come and buy judgment. So judges will just give the highest bidder, So, but judges will also get the message when the media is repeatedly talking about the matter before they give judge, they will have to be careful. And when the public is also in the matter, judges are careful. So that's why, maybe that is what I will say justifies why people must protest, not PDP, not the senators. I'm not defending anybody, I'm just talking generally now. All right. Who is here again? PDP or EPC, they are the same. That's according to Orom Limited. Bamjoshi say, was somebody exposed on Sanwo-Olu true? Was somebody's expose on Sanwo-Olu true? His mental state and the fake dollar. If you were around also, when somebody was being pitched, we also heard similar thing about somebody, that he was also a psychiatric patient. So things, see, in politics some jibes are normal. It doesn't mean Sanwo-Olu is truly a rehab patient. It doesn't therefore mean if he was a rehab patient that justifies why somebody must continue. Of course, sick people have been ruined. You see, in fact, sick people are even better in this country, because Nigeria has been ruled by a dead man before. In fact, Nigeria has usually been governed by dead people. I'm sorry if I'm sounding too figurative, but if you recall the Yaradua saga, you would know for sure that Nigeria had been ruled by dead people for. In fact, even now, I'm not saying anybody is dead, but even now as you speak, you know that leadership is not active. So if we have psychiatric patients in the country, it's only fair that they are at least not dead. Anyways, I digressed. Let's move on. Okay. Christians say there would still be impunity, corruption, etc. if we don't vote out PDP and APC. Nigeria will remain the same. It's unfortunate. The past and present are the same. The future depends on 2019 election. Every future have always depended on the next election. Christian. Now, Bamjoshi said they protested with the safety of security officers. The protest was just to seek attention. Have they ever protested against the herdsmen killing, flooding, displacing citizens, and Boko Haram? Bamjoshi, you are asking relevant questions here. I don't understand. These people have never for once identified with the masses in protest about their daily lives. There's poverty in the country, for instance. A lot of people, even me, I ate only once today. You understand? Not because I don't have money to eat three meals, but because I have to save the rest too for tomorrow, so that I can have something to eat tomorrow and have another one to eat 2 days after. You know. But senators are not protesting for millions of people who cannot feed properly like this. So I agree with you that they are only doing this for their own self reasons. Alright, on to the next one. Emmanuel Babarinde, please, we must do everything it takes to vote out all the people in power. They make us sick every day. Sick is even better. They make people die every day. Die every day. Amadu and I say, Shegun, you're going to AEC convention tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet because I'm not certain about being in Lagos tomorrow. But I intend, if I check into Lagos at all, I want to check at the convention of AEC, at least to see whether all of you that are always commenting AEC on my wall, anytime I come online, whether you are all going to be at the convention tomorrow. I'll try and check at that convention. I'm not sure yet. I'm not certain, but if I get there, I want to see. Bamjoshi, did they protest for Leah Sharibu release? I wonder how. Now only their own concern them. Emmanuel Babani, they are all dead. Shegun, there's no difference between being dead and mentally sick. A mentally sick person, there's something called lucidity, if I'm correct. Lucidity has to do with momentary awakening, like coming to your senses, momentary consciousness, right? Momentary consciousness, sometimes when you are momentarily conscious, you tend to do what you're supposed to do. But when you're dead, there's no moment of consciousness at all. So being sick can be better because hope of getting well is there. All right. For instance, if you recall, this musician, Send Down the Rain. When I met him the last time, he was so sick. I'm one of those who actually reported that he was not coherent and he needed help. So he was taken to rehab. If you see him now performing, you wonder. All right, you wonder, like, is this the person that went to rehab how many months ago? And he's doing well now. He's doing well now. So my brothers, my sisters, being sick can be better than being dead, after all. Olusheyi Ogunshola say, I wish all the youth and the new party can come together and be formidable. That is not going to, at least in 2019, it's not possible. You know why I said so? Is even within parties there are intra-party conflicts that will not resolve beyond 2019. So let us now look at inter-parties. Like if you were online yesterday, I reported what's happening between aspirants on the ANN platform, Alliance for New Nigeria, Drew Toye and Bengalawepo Ashim. Look at what is happening. As we speak right now, they are yet to resolve it. It will not resolve anytime soon. They might have to still go to court. That is intra-party. If they are not able to resolve intra-party, if they are not able to resolve pact, because pact has no outcome after all, because the person that would have made the pact outcome have weight is Professor Mohalu, who lost to Drew Toye. But he didn't concede. So if ANN is here to resolve their intra-party conflict, pact could not resolve their outcome, how do you think they will be inter-party? So at least for this 2019, let's not think it. You people are still between APC and PDP. In fact, within the same APDPC, the same party. Except a miracle happens. Alright. Bamjoshi says, Shegun, you once praised Ambode efforts in Lagos. What are Lagosians really saying about Ambode achievement? The reality is that those that are praising Ambode want him to, they are simply, in fact, most of the people that are praising Ambode are not APC members. They are people who just feel like, if I'm to choose between an Ambode and a godfather somewhere who is trying to remove all of us from his bedroom, I would rather prefer an Ambode to continue doing his work. That is the general position, and that is what you saw me doing. All right, so it's not as if it's not as if I love any of my oppressors. You know, I'm just saying the feelers we get from people is that if they were to choose between an Ambode that they can see is working and a godfather sitting in his room and asking him to be doing this and this in his own interest, they would rather choose Ambode. That's what actually happened. All right, Wishok say it's time to take it back. I pray so. But Joshi, the media is saying Saraki led the protest while he was sat in his Hamad Mercedes S-Class. Now, so we see, and that's Saraki, he will just send in talks the dinos, the bingos of this world to go and be doing the thing. Alright, so you will sit down as Baba Oloye, like they call him. He doesn't even know what is happening yet. Does he think he's returning in 2019? Well, let's wait. Maybe after 2019, we'll see whether I'll still be sitting in armored vehicle or be somewhere else. Bamjoshi, Shegun, any update on ENN drama and faction? The drama is still there. Oh. The drama is still there, my brother. The drama is still there. You know, as of today, I received messages from the two factions. You know, one is like saying, no, the party is not for sale. Benga Hashem should go and sit down. He wants to buy the party and all the structure. Benga Hashem's camp is also responding by saying that all those things that Fela Drote is doing, that Fela Drote was never part of it from the beginning, that they are not impressed about how he's going about making it look like it's a divine calling or something upon his life, making the rest people look like fools and all of those dramas. That's why exactly I said that inter-party among all this new generation of politicians will not be possible as far as 2019 is concerned, because all of them are still basking in their own whether illusions or hallucinations that they will emerge alone. I don't know, but it behooves on all of you to talk to them. Hero Best Family, I don't know why you're laughing. No, I don't know. Suleiman Olabanji say Sanwo-Olu is the man. Okay, I agree with you. Amen. In the way must Suleiman, by the way, are you going to be at the Congress tomorrow? And what are you running for? All right. In the way must Jimi Agbaje for Lagos State. Not that stupid. Okay. APC rule Lagos for 20 years. Later, another party coming in. Let's what PDP. I beg your pardon. Stressed throughout the day already. I feel like sleeping. So you're saying let's see what PDP can do. That's Amos. Bamjoshi say based on the issues and allegations in ANN, would you say Showore was right from the onset when he issued an advisory to the Committee of Pact? I agree with what Showore said from the outset about Pact. Alright, even I was also concerned. Is it possible that these people... Yes, when I was reporting what happened with all of those people coming together, I had my concerns that this thing is not likely, Jari. But for the fun and transient drama of it, let's enjoy the moment. Let us enjoy the moment that all of them are coming together. But I knew it was not going to work. It was not. Ayo Flexi, I'm afraid even Nigerians are going to be free from the end of Kabbalah and the so-called leaders. I wish all our youth can come together just once to vote out all these. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to be cheap like you're making it look like, alright? It will not be cheap. And well, that's it for now. I'm going to see people tomorrow. Until then, my sign out has always been keep talking about things that matter. And those of you that are saying you want to support the show, please, the account number is there in the video description. Any amount is not too small. At least if you want to take your country back, you want to work on your country to re-engineer the country. It's not only by mouth. Okay, when you see people that are working their ass out to see that things change, you don't look at them and just say, okay, we are seeing you and go to bed. And it's those people you want to fight. They put billions, they put millions to work. It's not easy. It's not even me. Just sitting down and analyzing news stories is not enough if we really want to work. So we need people, we need resources, we need a whole lot of things. If we must begin to change mindsets of people, it's not going to be cheap. And then, but when we call for support, because I'm not doing entertainment, if I were to be a comedian hosting a show in a hotel, if I say, hey, if you have 1 million naira and you're no longer using, somebody will be, I'll be the first to donate. But when it comes to matter like this, you just want to sit online and comment. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, Jacob says Shegun confirmed the silent Duro Toye collected 715. Duro Toye has denied that allegation that he collected money from VP Osinbajo. Don't also forget that the opponent, Binga Asim, is also being alleged of receiving a similar, gesture or benevolence from PDP, and particularly Senate President Saraki, to also work to hijack the ANN and return it to the COPP or PDP. So, Duro Toye has denied it. Olawepo has also denied his own. People creating those stories are probably just there to cause confusions within the party or to stoke the confusion that is already in the party. Bamjoshi said the allegations that somebody is going to get a ministerial role. Any sense of truth in that? Possibly. It's likely. Abuja, you should understand that presently in APC there are two factions also. There's the Tinubu faction, there's the Abuja faction. Anything Tinubu does not approve or does not like, Abuja tends to take up and compensate. So the same way Fashola was compensated with double ministerial portfolio, Ambode was also called to accept that defeat. with some promises. We are watching how that plays out. I'm Joshi. Have a good night rest. Thank you so much. Taco Fig Jones. I'm tired of those old wicked leaders. Who is not tired? Shegun, have a sweet dream, Shege. Thank you so much. Emmanuel Baba in this Ayilala, you carry the PVC of anybody wanting to vote for old generation parties. Ayilala does not concern itself with election. People have to stand up to their responsibilities, my brother. So until I come your way again, possibly if I'm online tomorrow, or if I have some time on my hand to come online tomorrow, I sign out saying keep talking about things that matter. My name is Segun Olo, and it's peace out.